Hello everyone, this is Mayank and welcome back to my channel. So today we'll discuss about one company called Newgen Software Technologies Limited. So this company is into BPM and other automation cloud-based tool what this company is developed. So it's a product-based company. So we'll discuss about the company, the product, what it does, Newgen One, and we'll see what kind of opportunity we have for this company in terms of technical chart, also in terms of fundamentals, what are the good points for this company, and where do we see this company growing on the basis of past record and on the basis of what sector these companies work, what the tools they have, and how everything works in the favor of the company in the longer run. So we'll discuss all these details, but before we get into all the discussion, as usual, first disclaimer is that this is not my recommendation, this is just my research. You can take your own decision whether you want to invest in stock or not. My video can only be used for referential and education purpose. So let's start. So if you see Newgen, if you go in the Newgen company profile, this company is founded in 1992. So it's a fairly old company, like it's not a new IT company, and it has presence over 72 countries, and it has over 3,000 employees, and it has more than 550 active customers. So this is what this company on a brief look like. They are headquartered in India. So I think Bangalore. They have two centers in India, Bangalore and Chennai, and they have other centers called in New Delhi also. They have in New Delhi's headquarters. Sorry, and they have other centers as well as Singapore, Sydney. They have Dubai. They have London. Then they have Ontario. Then McLean, and then Tampa. I think it's US, not Ontario. It's US and Mississauga, right? So these are the options they have, centers they have. And if you see the other people with leadership team, you can know more about these details if you jump into their website. But what this company does is, this company, if you see, this company has solutions in the sector of business process management. So if you see business process management, the platform for which they define a lot of industries. So if you see financial institutions, for them, they do online account opening, lending, trade finance, payments, compliance and reporting. For government organization, they do EDRMS, eGov Office, grants management, citizen services, Digital India. For shared service centers, they have finance and accounting, HR operations, supply chain. And similarly, for insurance firms, they have policy undertaking, policy servicing, and claims processing. And if you see the platform, what they do, they have one platform called Newgen One Digital Transformation Platform. So this platform has now become a cloud-based platform where it's software as a service, you can say, where they will be charging the client based on some subscription basis, annual subscription. Previously, this company had a licensing based, uh, still they have this licensing based revenue system where they license their platform, one time licensing cost to the platform through some partners and sometime directly, where some people will be implementing their softwares in the client premise, and client will be using the digital transformation using this software. So their software is a business process management tool basically, and using that the company automate the process and everything. So now they had license model as I told you, but now they are slowly moving into a SaaS based model where company will do the subscription for the product, and year on year they will pay them a certain amount of money. So company is pushing into that particular business model, and this is where which I see a positive point for this company. So now if you see this BPM sector, if we discuss about the sector in a whole, there are a lot of bigger players, some very big players. In the case of complete BPM, one of the biggest company is Pega Systems, and then we have ServiceNow, then we have Appian, and then we have Newgen, and there are some small companies as well. Salesforce is also part of. Salesforce also has a component called BPM, which might not be as popular as Pega, but still they have something like that. Okay, so Newgen is also a part of this industry. Now Newgen is relatively smaller player when it comes to uh, ServiceNow or Pega, or we talk about Appian. But being smaller also, they have fair amount of clients, and they are mostly, if you ask about this company, so far they have focused only on the emerging markets, APAC and EMEA markets. But now from last 2 3 years, they are focusing a lot on the matured markets like Europe and America. Now when they are starting focusing on this mature market, they are getting some good response from the clients, and they have registered more than 60 70 clients the last 2 3 years, and they're focusing a lot on getting more clients. So if you talk about this platform, through what they do with the clients and all, they have three different services: contextual content services, low code process automation, and omnichannel customer engagement, which comes under this entire platform. Now based on what platform, or if all the three platforms are used by clients, they pay a certain money. And now to implementation, they have two ways of implementation. One is they do direct sales. Second, they partner with IT services companies which do the implementation part. and through which they sell their product. So basically, if you understand me, suppose you are a Infosys, so Newgen will partner with Infosys, where Infosys will sell Newgen based product or based software, what they call their Newgen One digital transformation platform, to their client, suppose a bank in Canada. So if Infosys want to sell this Newgen software to a bank in Canada, they will also go forward and implement Newgen for them. So basically, Infosys will make money by implementing Newgen, where Newgen will get the license fee. Now, in terms of cloud based, they will get the subscription fee every year. So that's the recurring revenue for Newgen. What is good about the sector? What is good about the sector? If we talk, since they are moving subscription based model, it's not easy for a company to change their software base or softwares in the backend every now and then. So once they move their entire system to a particular platform, be it Pega, be it Newgen, be it Appian, any particular platform, they try to stick to that platform, and that's the reason they take a lot of time. The sales cycles for enterprise are really long, sometimes go to 2-3 years, and minimum 6 to 8 months it take to get an enterprise client. And with this kind of softwares where you change the entire platform, so once companies do this kind of sales, the clients mostly they try to stick with the same platform, and that's the reason these companies are moving to subscription basis, because once the clients stick to the platform, every year they'll get some good revenue, and the more you increase the number of clients, the stickiness of the client and the revenue model will both increase the profitability and the revenue for these companies. And this is the good part, and this is the reason we are discussing it today, because this company is focusing a lot, and as per the comment from the management, they are promising that in 3 years down the line, 80% of their sales will be subscription based and 20% will license based. But over the period of time, they want to completely move to subscription based services rather than licensing model. So this is about the company, about the business model, about their plans. If we talk about number of clients they have acquired around 60 to 70 clients in the US market. They are trying to get more clients, around same number of clients in the next 2 to 3 years, where 20 to 30 clients every year they are planning to sign up. And these clients bring a revenue of close to $500,000 to $800,000 per client, or around $300,000 per year is the subscription fee. Approximately, this is not the fee, it's approximately fee whatever the management has committed. Now, based on what kind of platform a company or a client takes, there are three platforms, right? In Newgen One, they have three things. Based on what they take, and based on that, the subscription cost will be decided. So now, and we all know how this digital transformation is gaining steam in India. So, and since their licensing is cheaper than other clients, other competitors, what we talk about, they can also penetrate to smaller clients like this. Small clients, I mean, MSMEs. So they can also target the MSMEs or digitization. And digitization is taking big thing in India, and every other company want to digitize because of remote working and this pandemic effect. And so there is very high chance that this company will also sell a good number of softwares, be in US market, be in India market. But a lot of clients they will get which are not into digitization right now, and they want to get into the digitization in their own companies. A lot of banks, smaller banks, a lot of insurance based companies. If you talk about industries what they support, we already have seen this before. Financial institutions, then government organizations, insurance firms, shared service centers, then automobiles, and a lot of sectors which can be implemented. And I am from BPM background, so I can tell you that BPM is required in every sector, be it automobile, be it insurance, be it NBFCs, be it banking and financials, be it your governments, be it your manufacturing unit. So everywhere, business process management automation is required, and this is a need of the hour. And this company's product is based on low code environment, where you need to do less number of coding. It's mostly configuration, and this is quite in demand. There's a big industry coming up in the future, and this is a good I'm talking about this company because from India there are very less companies in low code as a product, and this company is one of them, and they have very small licensing cost or subscription cost. That is why they can target a smaller business also, which Pega and other companies cannot target. This is about the company and everything. Now, if you like this content, if you like that whatever I'm talking makes sense, if it helps you, do like the videos, because it will help me to get discovered by YouTube, because that is done based on number of likes a video receive, and this is the only way to get discovered by other viewers on YouTube for me. So help me out in that. Let's jump to fundamentals quickly. We'll see the fundamentals. The fundamental, this company is P is 29.9, is relatively comparable to their peer group. ROC is 27.6, ROE is 20.7. That's pretty okayish, good actually. If you see debt is only 20.1, where the net profit is 126 crores. So it's a completely debt-free company. That's very good part. Let's jump to quarterly. Quarterly, if you see, this company was doing good, 132, 155, 186, 200. But June sales were little less. They have given the reason that they couldn't penetrate to the US market because their quarter one in every year is weak because the renewal or subscription are not done in quarter one. They are done in quarter three and quarter four. So that's the reason. Let's see the profit and loss. Profit and loss, if you see last 5 years, this company has done revenue always in incremental basis. 308, 347, 427, 512, 621, 661, 673, 700. So they have almost 2.33 times of growth in the last 5 years. That's good. Let's see their balance sheet. So balance sheet, if you see, reserves are 148 and it is now 596 span of 5 years. So it's almost close to 4 times in span of 5 years. That's a good. See, if it's a net profit year on year basis, it's increasing every time. So 46, then 20 dipped, 51, 73, 102. 73 it become little less in the year 2020, but again 126 and 139. So that's a good amount of increase in revenue also. So net profit also. So this company is good on terms of numbers. If you see about shareholding pattern, this promoter has 55.16%, where they diluted 10% from 2021 to this particular the last quarter. FI has only 24. FI has increased the holding from 14% to 20.5%, where DI has increased the holding from 6.85 to 7.53%. And public has 15.97%, where they have increased from 11.86 to 15.97. That's also an encouraging sign. You see, in publics, they have only some new called Mukul Mahavir Prasad Agrawal. He has 1.43% stake. So everything in terms of numbers also are in this favor of the company. The fundamentals, the business and the sector what they operate, and also the time right now. This is the macroeconomics. Everybody wants to move into digitalization, every other company. So the macroeconomics also works in the favor of this company. Let's jump into this particular chart. So chart wise, if you see, this company is creating a good base over here. So this is the base, and the current price, if you see from this chart, the current price is close to the 50-day moving average, and it's there from last how many, it was in the month of 6th August. So almost they are in this range from last more than 1.5, around 1.5 month. Okay, it has not crossed this level. So this is something which is the base for this company. So this is the base for the company, and the high they have touched is somewhere close to here because the result was bad. So this was in the month of July, so the result have come bad and they have dropped till here. Now they'll start, I'm expecting the revenue to go very high in quarter 3 and quarter 4. They'll start moving again. So once they start moving again, the small gain what we can get in short term is from the current point is 25%, and that's not very small if we talk about, but that's a definite gain which I'm looking forward for this company in short term. And when we talk about this time frame, maybe it's November or September now. In the case of March or April, we might reach this target minimum, like max to max March or April we should reach the target. That is around 4 and 4 months, October, around 7 months, 6 to 7 months we can reach this target. So 25% around 6 to 7 months is very good number. This is the longest time frame which I'm talking about. We might reach even faster than that, or we might reach even much more bigger number compared to this. So this is the target analysis for this company. So if you think it's helpful, if you think I'm helping you to make more money, I'm helping you to find out good companies, don't forget to subscribe the video. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit that bell icon. Don't forget to share the video with your friends and family, and give a like button. Give your feedback in the comment section. We'll see you later in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay safe. Thank you so much.